Hey, I just wanted to review a misconception that you may see when kind of learning about exercise metabolism, bioenergetics, etc., and which energy pathways are used at either certain times or certain intensities, etc. This graph gets used quite a bit. There are some problems with it. One with this graph, and I'm using this one. This is one I found. There's I wanted to show the copyright information where I pulled it from, but this is not nothing against the people who put this together, because it's misconstrued often. For one, this is time in seconds, 108 seconds, 3 minutes, and so the graph really represents, or it's intended to represent, with these energy systems: immediate energy system, ATP CP system, short-term energy, glycogen to lactate or glycolysis, quote-unquote anaerobic metabolism, which is what they refer to it as, and then long-term energy, oxidative phosphorylation, respiration, basically using mitochondria to produce the majority of ATP to do work. And the reason it's problematic is here this statement says that basically anaerobically created energy overlaps with the use of the ATP-CP system to provide energy for activities lasting up to around 3 minutes. That's not true. If you walk, you're not going to use these unless there's some other condition that's already present that's leading to some metabolic complications. But for a normal person, 18 to 35-year-old, 40, whatever, decently healthy, doesn't necessarily need to be fit. Walking is not going to do this for 3 minutes. You're not going to get lactate production. Walking, there may be some that's produced walking uphill into a wind, carrying a load, whatever. But this was based upon the assumption that maximal intensity was being, effort was being provided. So typically they use track as an example: 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters. And so across the bottom, across the x-axis here, it's time or distance, with the assumption that at each distance or at each time it's maximal effort. So usually there's this is usually 180 minutes, and it represents kind of a marathon. You're running a marathon, not jogging, walking, etc. But either way, you're going to be using oxidative metabolism for most of that anyway. But when you get into this mix of pathways, these are all dependent upon the exercise intensity regardless of the time. And so if you're sprinting for 60 seconds, there's going to be a lot of glycogen, a lot of ATP that's used, and so and as you get less than 60 seconds, you're getting more into this, but it's because you're sprinting, not because it's the time that you're exercising. Hope that made sense. Leave some comments below if that didn't make sense. Happy to go into it more. Thanks again.